Hi everyone, Matthew here with Bear Flag Realty. Today I'd like to discuss an important question that I've been asked often lately. Should I buy a home? That question is oftentimes followed up with questions like, aren't home prices overvalued right now? And aren't they going to start depreciating? To answer these questions, we need to consider two important factors: interest rates and home values. And today I have some slides to help illustrate my point. First, let's take a look at interest rates. Right now, interest rates are at historic lows, but they are on the rise. Our first slide shows Freddie Mac's 30-year fixed rate from January 2020 until now. Mortgage rates dropped to an all-time historic low of 2.68% in January this year, but they are starting to rise, and experts agree that they are likely to continue rising. This next slide shows mortgage rate projections through the third quarter of 2022 with an average of about 3.6% increase. Well, it increased to 3.6%, which is about a half a point or a half a percent. According to chief economist at Freddie Mac, Sam Cater, mortgage rates rose across all loan types this week. The 10-year U.S. Treasury yield reached its highest point since June. Many factors led to this increase, including the Federal Reserve communicating that it will taper its support of the capital markets, the broadening of inflation, and emerging energy supply shortages, which compound other labor and material shortages. And that was on September 30th of this year. So how does that affect you as a buyer? Well, I'm glad you asked. So let's take a look at this graph to see how a rise in interest rates affects your purchasing power. If, for example, you could afford a monthly payment of about $2,700, at 3%, you could purchase a home priced at $638,000. But if interest rates went up only 0.5%, your purchasing power goes down to $598,000. That's a decrease of $40,000. That's a significant difference. So clearly interest rates affect your purchasing power. So we want to take advantage of those as soon as we possibly can. Next, let's take a look at home values and prices. In this slide, we can see estimated home prices are going to continue to rise through 2025, but they are expected to start slowing next year. Now, this is an important distinction, and we need to understand the difference between deceleration, depreciation, and appreciation. So deceleration is when something happens at a slower pace. Depreciation is the decrease in the value of an asset, whereas appreciation is the opposite, which is the increase of the value of an asset. So Pulsenomics surveyed over 100 economists, investment strategists, and housing market analysts, and they agreed that there's no expectation of depreciation. In fact, the graph shows their estimates of appreciation through 2025, although many experts do expect a market deceleration. Let's look at the cumulative appreciation through 2025. As you can see, the cumulative appreciation through 2025 is expected to be 31.8%. If you bought a house today, for example, that $638,000 one we were talking about earlier, at the end of 2025, that house would be worth $840,884. That's a $202,000 of equity in 5 years, which is awesome. All in all, and generally speaking, yes, it is a good time to purchase a home, especially if you're renting and you're not building any equity at all. That said, everyone has a different, unique situation. So the best thing to do is to start working with a local realtor who can give you professional guidance. Feel free to reach out to me via phone, text, email, or DM, or if you see me at the gym, just stop me and talk to me. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Stay focused, work hard, and live inspired. Thanks.